Hey everybody, welcome in. Gonna do something a little bit different today. Trying out some of these solo videos just because schedules have been so crazy and everything. I'm hoping to produce some content to keep adding to the channel until we have more opportunities to film together. I'm gonna keep one ear uncovered because my wife is asleep. She's gotta get up early to work tomorrow. But this video is going to be about my graphic novels. Just showing off what graphic novels I own. It's not a very big collection, so this should be a pretty short video. I try not to spend too much time on each one, or at least save the best ones for, major talking points. But I probably will tell the story of how I got each one just as quick as possible. Here lately, I have really been drawn to graphic novels. I think I always have been, just because it makes reading a collection easier. They're a lot of fun, and yeah, I won't linger on too much about that. Let's just get started with what I have. Coming up first, we have The Walking Dead, Volume 1, Days Gone By. Got this, I think, when I was in high school or early college. Found it, got it, read it, and loved it. Like seeing all the differences between the show and the books. This next one is actually my most recent one. Here we have XMen, Volume 1. This is the Hickman run. Hickman's going to be a theme, as you'll see. I have a few of the issues here, but I did not have all. This is the first 5 of them. No, first 6 of them. This is the first 6 issues, and I only had 2 or 3 of those, so I got to read that. I do want to catch up on Hickman's X-Men story now that his run is coming to an end with the main X-Men title. Next we have, I forgot to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Dragon's Eye Games in Canton, Georgia. Don't know if you can read that or not, or get their information. They've been great. They do deals on manga and graphic novels like that. You get them cheaper if you buy it there. They're located in Canton, Georgia. If you're in that area, definitely check them out. Alright. Next we have Ultimate X-Men number 15. If you can't tell from the tag or sticker, this came from Second and Charles. I have held off from reading this one because I'm not to that point in that run. I do want to read that whole run one day. Alright. Next we have, it just says Wolverine Logan, and it collects Logan numbers 1 through 3. I don't exactly know what run that is. This one I got for cheap at, I want to say, Barnes & Noble. If it wasn't Barnes & Noble, it was a similar store. And this was on clearance. I guess it was $5 what I paid, but I got this with my buddy Jordan about 7.5 years ago. We went to Pigeon Forge together, and I got that. Okay. These next 2 came from my good buddy Nick. He's a friend of the channel. And we have Star Wars Mace Windu, Jedi of the Republic. And I just read this. He gave this to me sometime in the last few months. It might have been around Christmas time. Read that, and it was really good, especially when I was going through my big Star Wars kick. And then this one I think was even better. Star Wars Vader Down. And it collects a few different Star Wars titles with the current Disney run with Marvel. And so that was a really good read. I enjoyed that a lot. Next, we have Iron Man Civil War. And so this collects, I know it collects 13 through 14, it says on the back. But I know this is more than just 2 comics. It's got, I think, there may be 3 comics in here. Yeah, it looks like 4 comics, actually. Civil War, The Confession, Iron Man 13 through 14, Iron Man / Captain America, Casualties of War. And so when I got this in middle school, which would have been not terribly long after it was happening. I may have even gotten it in 9th grade. And I actually got that from Movie Gallery because I'm a fossil, and what I was holding is a fossil. But I got it from Movie Gallery. That was where I got a lot of my knowledge of Civil War. and I was a big fan of it, even though I was conflicted on it. Team Cap, movies and the comic, just saying. Even though I love Iron Man more. Interesting. Alright, next. I mentioned Hickman earlier, and we have Avengers World, the collection. And this collects Avengers from 2012, number 1 through number 6. So this is the start of like the half story. This story, I've bragged on it if you've ever heard me talk about it on our channel. It's told basically in tandem with New Avengers. And New Avengers, I believe, is the one that deals with the Illuminati, while this one deals with Captain America, leading his group of kind of ins and outs characters. But I was thrilled that I could get that in a graphic novel omnibus style. I mean, that's the thing, I don't really know. I know some of these are graphic novels, but really these are all collections of comics, so omnibus may be a better word, but anyways. We also have more Hickman Avengers. This is the last white event. So this should be the next little section of comics to do with that run. I still need to get some to collect the New Avengers so I can have that to go with it. Next we have Hickman Prelude to Infinity. That right there. I remember this part of the story was very, very good. I read it about 2 years ago now, and probably the best stories I've ever read leading up to the new Secret Wars. So I got all those in the last year and a half, and I think all those might have came from Second Charles. Okay, next we have Wolverine Classic. This collects Wolverine from the 1988 run, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I actually have, I think I have just about all those. I may not have issue 3 or 5, but I have 1, 2, and 4 for certain. This was good. It wasn't as good as the one I'm about to show off. I got that some number of years ago, probably in high school, I'm thinking. May have even gotten that on that trip with Jordan as well. But here, this is probably my favorite out of the bunch in terms of nostalgia. This is probably my favorite, just simple, singular story, easy to follow, that I've ever read in comic books. It's not the reason I'm a Wolverine fan, because I was already a Wolverine fan, but this is probably what makes Wolverine my favorite character to read, even possibly over SpiderMan. This collects Wolverine from 1988, that series, issues 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. I think I like one comic and I'll have all those in comic book form. But if you ever just want like a simple, cool read, you might could even find these in the dollar bin. I found some of these in the dollar bin at TJ's. But I got this book at Barnes & Noble at Myrtle Beach in between 7th and 8th grade. And it's part of the reason I love Myrtle Beach and want to go back, because back then it was so hard to find anything like this. I don't live near any bookstores even to this day, even though I know where to find them now. But man, I love that. I read that so many times growing up. Okay, next we have Hickman Avengers Infinity. And so this just keeps going with what I had bought earlier. I don't know that that's... I know it's not all of the Avengers leading up to Secret Wars, but this gets you pretty far. It's the story with Thanos, I believe. Of course, with the Infinity in the title, that would make sense. But I need to reread that. I just got to get the new Avengers so that I can read them in the correct order. Okay, now we're going to get into the good stuff that's really going to interest you, hopefully. This was a gift from Wesley and Jessica. I'm not quite sure where they got it, but they brought it to me one day. We met outside of 1UP Games when it was still in Dalton and gave that to me, which I greatly appreciated. We have Marvel Masterworks, the Uncanny X-Men from 1975 through 76. And this collects giant size X-Men number 1. And then you have from there the X-Men numbers 94 through 102. So you can see on the back there, it collects a pretty good bit. The cool thing about this is it's totally in color. Very cool to read. I haven't read it yet, but I think I'm about to do that because I'm in an X-Men mood. And yeah, that was awesome. I'm still so thankful that they got that for me. these last three I think are just probably the coolest that may have a broader appeal. And this I got from Fantasy Factory probably late 2019. We have here Batman Year One. I may have even gotten this in 2020. It's hard to remember. Yeah, I actually think I did get this in 2020. But man, I read this. It's a story I've heard about forever. One of the main graphic novels of Batman or collections that you need to read, and I enjoyed it. I really, really did. It's fun reading stuff like that and then going back and like knowing what I know mainly from the movies and seeing kind of what they took inspiration from. It's really cool. All right. Next, this one is pretty recent. I got this one either early 2021 or late 2020. But we have Batman, The Long Halloween. And so this one, I think there's more story to it. It's pretty thick. And I actually have a quote right on the front from Christopher Nolan, who directed, of course, the Dark Knight movies. The Long Halloween is more than a comic book. It's an epic tragedy. And I think he took a lot of inspiration from this book. And I think I enjoyed this one more than Year One. And I liked Year One a lot. But Long Halloween was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it should get a little bit more credit, even though it is one of the most popular Batman stories. If I can ever get The Dark Knight Returns, I'll have all the main Batman stories that I really, really want collected. And except for Killing Joke. I forgot Killing Joke. Any Killing Joke, Dark Knight Returns, I'll be happy. And so this last one, I might be the most proud of, maybe. What we have here, I got from McKay's up in Chattanooga, and it is The Amazing SpiderMan. And so this collects ASM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, it doesn't say anything about 7, which is kind of funny, but 8 and 9 and 10. So I'm kind of wondering if there's a gap, and there's just like... Actually, right here it says it collects Amazing Fantasy number 15 and numbers 1 through 10. So I guess the way they show it on the back just must be a little weird. I guess they just can't fit everything, so they chose 9. But, yeah, I mean, and the cover is basically ASM 15 with a background. Sadly, I haven't read this yet, although I grew up reading Amazing Fantasy 15 in a reprint that I had. And I've read a few of those single-digit Spider-Mans through reprints, or maybe even the video game that came out a few years ago. Not the newest one, but the old movie ones with Andrew Garfield. Anyways, that is what I have so far. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out or forget anything. And yeah, I'm hoping very soon to do a manga style video like this, where I can show off all the series I've collected. Probably a little less variety, but probably more books to show off. So I'm excited about that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. And I also would like to say to Wesley and Jessica, if you ever get a chance, also make a video like this so we can see what all you have. I'd be very interested in seeing that. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.